Elevator, with the condition to be over.
Boom!
Boom, boom.
Already live. I just pressed live. I said I'm going to go live. I'll wait for Frank.
Oh! Greetings, greetings.
Have things. So yeah, we're cranking up the volume definitely for the template.
Logging in.
Greetings, Frank.
Greetings,
An
Alan.
honor once again being the tube with you.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a lovely moment all the time.
That's right.
So today, we're evil trumps card and memory. What collective memory?
Public
Something
memory,
like that?
yes.
Public memory.
Yes.
And the other one, because
East attempt at beauty.
Yeah, la tentative de la bête d'atteindre la beauté. That's gonna be a good one. I already have something in mind.
Yes.
So, Frank, without any further comments from my part, the floor is to you.
Let's go. So do we want to go in that order? Trump card, public memory, and then Beast Attempted Beauty?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
That's how we do. All right, nice. Evil's Trump card. The trump of evil in these times, as propagated by its new agey servants, is quite simply, all is God and all is good. A lie which allows it to be labeled as evil and operate freely. A fun way of reducing God to its own lowly standards. The ancient scriptures like Mahabharata tell us that in that yuga, eon, Krishna was the only pure divinity incarnate. Amongst the millions of characters, this equality nonsense propagated by New Agers these days can only serve to make some unhumble egos feel better. But it has no basis in reality in this universe or any other dimension. Evil is not God. It is a movement away from God, arising from the free will which original divinity granted all beings from the beginning of creation. Evil tries to pretend it doesn't exist, but we all know it exists. In fact, this world is run by it. Many, obviously the good, wonder how can so much injustice happen in a world run by God? There is news for them. This world is evil demiurge's experiment of running a world without involvement of God. To equate evil with God can only lead to more pain, hell, and torture, something which is already the norm in this world.
Yep, we reward the wicked on pedestal.
That's it.
We put them on pedestal and we reward them after. So, l'atout maître du mal. L'atout maître du mal à notre époque, tel que propagé par ce serviteur New Age, est tout simplement tout est Dieu et tout est bon. Un mensonge qui lui permet de ne pas être qualifié de maléfique et d'agir librement. Une manière amusante de réduire Dieu à ses propres critères dérisoires. Une manière amusante de réduire Dieu à ses propres critères dérisoires. Yeah. I had to repeat it. Les textes anciens comme le Mahabharata, there you go, I got it, nous disent qu'en ce yuga, Eon, Krishna était la seule divinité pure incarnée parmi les millions de personnages. Ce non-sens d'égalité, propagé par les adeptes du New Age de nos jours, ne peut que servir à flatter quelques égos demeurés. Démesurés. Sorry. I knew it wasn't making sense, demeurés. Démesurés. Mais il n'a aucun fondement dans la réalité de cet univers, ni d'aucune autre dimension. Le mal n'est pas Dieu, c'est un mouvement d'éloignement de Dieu. né du libre arbitre que la divinité originelle a accordé à tous les êtres dès le commencement de la création. Le mal tente de faire comme s'il n'existait pas. Mais nous l'ignorons tous, cela existe. Mais nous l'ignorons tous, cela existe en réalité. Ce monde est gouverné par lui. Yeah. Run by evil minions, too. Nombreux sont ceux, évidemment, les bons qui se demandent comment tant d'injustice peut se produire. Dans un monde gouverné par Dieu, voici une nouvelle pour eux. Ce monde est l'expérience d'un demi-urge maléfique visant à gouverner un monde sans l'intervention de Dieu. Assimiler le mal à Dieu ne peut que engendrer davantage de souffrance, d'enfer et de torture. Ce qui est déjà la norme dans ce monde. So many people think that evil doesn't exist or evil is just a concept or no, it is here. It's real. Look around you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's even it, but we give it energy also. We make it real because the only thing really I see real around me is the divinity and the love and the abundance. The evil will bring an abundance of scrap, not God. Abundance of good vibe and good food and good everything. The moment you move away from life, you go onto the evil side. It's not hard to also go to the evil side. It's very easy. We're all stuck in that point of no return at one point that we realize that, hey, what we're doing is really not supportive of my own life, of others. And then we tend to make a change. But until we realize that we are really stuck in an evil possession, like we're evil possessed. Almost I've said that before here. I'll say it again. I think we're all evil possessed at one point because it takes possession of all our beings and control our action. That's why they want a government to govern your mind towards the evil part, like the lies and the deception. That's evil. The truth and the light is God. But not many people will walk towards the truth and the light. Because, hey, whoa, I'm going to have to change. I'm going to have to become a change. Well, at one point I had enough. That's why I'm here. So, I think there is an inability in the human perception to really perceive what's evil in this world. And that's why we're all deeply compromised into that evil system also because we're comfortable in it and it's fun and it's everything that is have to do with devolution is now fun. Like you're not evolving in this process of inflating the anti-life or evil stuff. Evil is just anti-life. Anti-life. It's your habit and your ways that are anti-life, and that's evil. Like it's like the God thing. I think it's in everything. Like he came down probably within omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent in everything. But can you say that with the devil? That he's omnipotent, omniscient, omnipresent? He's not in everyone. Some people reject it. I don't want to know nothing about the devil. I want to become a godly man. Definitely. Not an evil man. But many people prefer to stay evil or become evil just to get praise and be put on a pedestal. And so that you become at one point like a false idol for others. I don't want you to like me here. If you don't like me or you think I'm triggering something in you, it might be a good thing. Like at one point, the like me syndrome has to go too, and that's very evil also. Seeking to be liked by others. I want to be liked by God, man. I want to be loved by God. I want to be. That is important to me. Now,
Yeah, right.
How you perceive what I say or what you say, how other perceive it, it's there. It's on them. I know who
Mhm.
I am. I know what I come to do here. If you can't dig the vibe, you can do nothing. Like maybe you're too much onto the, and I'm not coming here with a church speech. Like I'm just telling you to go back to nature. That's all.
Yeah.
Go back to nature. Go back hugging trees and talking to the wind and go back to nature. Just that
Yeah.
will probably save you at one point. Save your
Hmm.
vibe, save your energy, say because your energy goes to the wrong place. That's all it is.
Exactly.
Switch your
Exactly.
energy to the proper channel.
Hmm.
Two months show. Yeah. And you're gonna see things, yeah, things are gonna start to change. And it's like fine-tuning a radio, eh? You need to be on the good frequency. If not, there's gonna be
Yeah, a lot of distortion, right?
like ça va gricher, là. Je sais pas comment tu dis ça en anglais, là. But
Hmm.
it's not gonna tune in, fine-tune. So
Yeah.
you really, it's not just a tuning thing, lah. It's a fine tuning you need. A really
PHI.
fine. Yeah. Like just tuning yourself to divine and shit. Like it's not gonna, you need to be really fine-tuned, really on that frequency. And once you're in, everything comes in. Very, very easy. The words, the love, the abundance, the life you always wanted, everything will be given to you. Not given, but if you do the effort and you work properly for the divine payroll or whatever you want to call it, on the divine perspective, you cannot do anything but be supported here and guided. Not just supported, you will be guided towards. That's why it's important once you get to that truth that the resistance go away. Stop resisting what you are guided to. Like
Yeah.
I'm done resisting. I'm done now. I'm just freaking doing it.
Hmm.
Yeah, sometimes I look at it. Oh, it's like, yeah, maybe I'm loud. Maybe I'm, yeah, but aren't we here for that? Aren't, oh, what? We're here to hide?
Right.
Well, I'm not hiding no more, and I don't think anyone should hide. This is a time where we need everyone on board, and it's not a work that can be done by one singular individual. We need to work together as one, towards the good or God, or like it's not really hard also to know what you have to do if you have common sense in your head. If you have lost common sense, maybe the devil's too much in your head. Maybe you gamble too much with the devil. Try to gamble with God. You
Yeah.
might have a bigger smile on your face. Not because if you gamble with the devil, you're not gonna have a smile. He's gonna have the smile. If you gamble with God, you will have the smile. Because now the reward will come in ways that you have never expected in your life. But for that, it's not just begging and go on your knees and pray. And no, it's action. This is a realm of action. Okay, action speaks louder than words. So yeah, I speak a lot of words here, but I'm going into action too. I
That's
know
it.
I need to match action with my speech. And then maybe one day I'll save myself. Or maybe I'm in the process of saving myself, saving my soul. I don't know. I don't know freaking nothing. I don't know. I'm here today. I'm alive. I'm breathing. I'm going to do something. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Like, what else do I need to know? I don't need to believe in myself. I'm here. I know I'm here. I'm here. I touch my hand. I'm here.
Yeah.
So
Right. Okay.
all these stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I'm here. So yeah. So all these things that we cover our non-presence with, okay, which is distraction. All of us are deeply involved in distraction. Even me, I'm trying to all the time to. And now they have give us the biggest distraction of all time. Boop, the phone. So that's the
Mhm. Yeah.
biggest distraction that evil have. And you can tell it's Like I said,
But
this is a black mirror. Like you look at it,
yeah,
it's black magic. That stuff, man. Who knows what they do with it, and we don't know about. Like, come on, but there's
weapons
good
of
stuff.
mass distraction, right?
Yeah, but there's
Mhm.
also good use you can make of it. Like I
Exactly.
don't want to demonize everything,
Yeah.
but the way, because without awareness, you have a phone and you look at it, you're like, oh, okay, yeah. You don't
Mhm.
realize, but I know when I'm looking at it, this is black magic, and I should be careful the way I use it.
Yeah.
But if you have no awareness, you'll just dive right into it and be distracted your whole life. And you will
Mhm.
wake up one day and realize you have just spent a good 15, 20 years of your life scrolling down Facebook or some nonsense video on
Mhm.
TikTok. Like, and
Right.
that's really it. If you had all the moments you've been distracted, probably going to account for like 20, 25 years of your life in
Mhm.
distraction. Imagine what you could have done not being distracted. That's why once you stop the distraction, you start building something for your soul, for you, for the world, for God, for the good. But the devil is in the distraction. He wants you distracted because he wants your time. He wants to eat your time like a freaking open buffet,
Mhm.
okay? And
Yeah.
nonstop eating your time. So that's why you work 9 to 5, all these stuff that society has created for us to be captured of that
Right.
time thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I have realized all these stuff, and it's crystal clear today that they won't get my time. They won't get me distracted. Trying not to. I'm still freaking getting on that phone like all of you and being captivated by some kind of music or stuff. Me, it's a lot music that shows up because I'm into music and
Right. Right.
truth and stuff. But still, I should do something else, like in the moment. So if
Mhm.
we are present and are not captivated by evil forces and just focus on distraction, we will end up building something that is of benefit for the whole, for for humanity. Like
Yeah.
I do all this for humanity, yes,
Mhm.
for me to feel more awake and aware each and every day, definitely. But yeah, I aspire to inspire before I expire. What the heck I'm gonna do if I don't do this? Like I have to inspire myself too. Who's gonna come and save me? Well, you gonna come knock my door and we want to save you, Truman? No,
Mhm.
you to do the work. So I'm here and I'm doing it each and every moon day. There's something I want to talk about the moon. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the moon is freaking weird the last few days. Have you
Um,
noticed that the crescent is at the bottom of the moon?
it changes. Yeah. Throughout the year,
And
it changes.
that is, yeah, but that's not usual to have the crescent at the bottom. I know it does it because there's flags. I think it's a Turkish flag or something. There's a moon like
Right.
this,
Right. Yeah.
or
Yeah.
some kind of symbol, evil symbol they have made with it, the horns, or anyway. They have
Mhm.
inverted it for sure, but I'm not talking about the inversion of Babylon. I'm talking about the phenomenon itself. Like it's pretty rare, right? That it's smiling even
Top,
sometimes.
bottom.
You can
Right.
have
Right.
uh, what they call planet conjunctioning with the moon, and it gives you two eyes and a smile.
Yeah, I saw some some pictures of that. Like they were like, look out for this. It was
Yeah,
probably when it was passing by Jupiter or something like that.
yeah.
Hmm.
And it, I don't know, is it something, what does it signify? Do you have any idea? What is it, like a shift?
Right.
What's the effect of that on us? Not everyone sees it. I get it. Not everyone look up. They don't give a shit about the moon. Like they
Right.
don't give
Right.
a shit about themselves. So why
Yeah.
would they care about the? But some people do observe here on Earth. They're
Definitely.
not all stuck on TVs and football and hockey and the Olympics and that. They
Right.
look up to the sky because that's the real screen. The real timeline is recorded up there. So what
Mhm.
is that moon being like this, Frank? Do you have any idea?
Well, I mean, I would say that observing the celestial bodies, and especially the moon, is something that has given me a lot of curiosity, and has given me like, because there's so many things I didn't realize until I actually started paying attention. It was like what we were talking about, when you actually started paying attention to the sun is moving in the sky, you know? And I mean, one of the things that blew me away was that the actual zodiac signs like Aries, Taurus, Gemini, the fourth sign, like how it goes in order like that actually is counter rotational to how we see things moving. So you see the sun rise in the east and set in the west, but the direction of the zodiac is actually going that way. So like when they're talking about all of the grahas of Venus is moving from this sign to that sign, they're actually in time as everything spins like this, they're going the other way from our point of view, from our observation.
Yeah.
And so like how the moon looks, I mean, I feel like.
So what you're saying is other people could have a different perspective depending where you are on Earth?
I think depending on where you are on Earth. And then the moon also does this thing. So if you've probably seen the picture of the analemma, which is like the shape that the sun goes in throughout a year, right? It makes that figure 8. And I think the moon also does that, but it's over a period of like maybe like 18 years or something like that. And so like as it moves in these different phases throughout this bigger cycle, like a different angle of it will, I think that's the case. I don't want to misspeak because I'm not sure on that.
But it makes sense because at sunset, what they call sunset, I see the sun a certain way facing me on the horizon, everything, but someone will see it at the same time directly over their head and facing down. Like, it's so weird, but anyway, I don't know nothing about creational science and all that.
You know, to observe what's above us, it really, I mean, that's one of the things that really helps us to fill us with awe, fill us with inspiration, fill us with, okay, I really don't know. And this is a mystery. This is like, this is, you know, what we have, that divine clock that is above us that's like constantly ticking and turning and, you know, making different.
But we have lost the sense of that divine clock even because now the clock's on the wall. So
exactly,
I have my clock. My clock's
or
on my wrist.
The clock is right there, right?
Clock's on the phone. Clock's on the wrist. Clock's on the wall.
Yeah.
What's that up in the sky? I don't have to look at this. I won't bother. It's not my thing. Like, but if you start observing it, like you said, and really have a deeper connection or link to it in a way that you realize that there is something very mysterious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's great, I mean, like I really locked in and started actively observing. Like, so when I was in college, I had I took 2 different astronomy classes, and we did different like night viewings and stuff like that. But I didn't actually consistently watch how things move until I had come across LotusOcean and PT, because it was like really during those the Navratri times, when that's like it happens twice a year. It's like near or around the spring and the fall equinox, and it's the first 9 nights of the waxing moon, from the new moon to the waxing moon. And it was really after a couple of seasons or a few seasons of that had gone through, and I tried to take some time to just go and see the sunset and the moon and its movement each night. And I was like, oh, okay, so each night that the sun is setting, the moon is just a little bit further away. Now it's just a little bit further away. Now it's just as the nights go and as it builds and as it waxes, you know. And so it's because the cool thing is like watching that and kind of getting an idea of how things move up there, because even people who are into like astrology or, you know, celestial things, they really still don't actually take the time to see how things are working up there, you know, actually like putting your eyes on those movements in the celestial bodies and stuff like that. It really can, it just can change you in such a cool way. I love it.
Oh yeah. The moment you take a telescope or a camera and you look up at the stars and you realize, hey, that's not what I've been told. That's not at all what I've been told. Now you're
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm not giving energy to their stuff no more. I'm gonna do my own observation. And
Yeah.
you come to be attracted very much to what's going on in the celestial realm.
Mhm.
Definitely, like it's very mysterious. It's and also the energy that it affects the earth with as above, so below. So as
Right.
within, so without.
Mhm.
Be careful. Be careful your vibe because what you put out is what you attract. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, more like magnets. So yeah. Anyway,
Well, yeah,
so
I'll
Frank,
say
tell me
something
about
here.
So tell me something now about them. Never mind the moon. Tell me about the
Yeah, Evil's trump card. This is a
evil
really
trump card now.
yeah, this is a really great P-log. They all are in their own sense, but the different things that are revealed or kind of some light is shined, is shown upon different aspects of like the madness here in certain situations or the realities. But this one is really nice because we see this happening in so many different ways, so many different places. We even ourselves play into this thing and pretend like things don't exist or aren't real when maybe they are, or maybe we're just trying to. I mean, this whole thing of like deception and trying to kind of get away with something, I mean, that I feel like we can all relate to or reflect upon some, maybe a moment in childhood in which we were just being dishonest, or a time in which it doesn't have to be childhood. It could be, whatever point in our lives in which we reflect on times where we just weren't being, transparent or honest with ourselves. Now, this is part of the trick that's going on. Like PT is sharing here, the trump card of evil is pretending that it doesn't exist. And also that, oh yeah, it's all good. It's all God, like how, and so you
And
hear
that's
this
where
and then,
religion comes in. That's where religion comes in. So
yeah, right.
yeah, what I said is like the Catholic, they pretend that it's all good, all God, but you can start using scrutiny and look at their stuff, and you'll realize it's not all good, all God.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And it kind of is like, it reminds me, if you remember, like, that movie, The Jungle Book, from back in the day. And there's the boy who was like raised in the jungle, Mowgli, I think was his name. And there's some scene where like he's
Mugly,
talking with
mugly.
Mowgli. Yeah, he's talking with the snake, and the snake does this thing where it like it starts doing this hypnotic thing, and the eyes start going in circles like that, and then the Mowgli starts kind of getting like hypnotized and kind of going along with what the thing is saying. And that really, like, honestly, when you talk to somebody who's in that deep hypnosis, who's in that deep sleep state, it's like things just aren't clicking. Things aren't clocking. Things like the connections aren't there because they're just repeating this like denial of the truth, the denial of what is actually happening. And they're, oh no, there's so many different examples of how people basically pull the wool over their eyes, and but there's little ways in which like you can kind of rationally explain different things to them, which they will be agreeable with. But when you start to kind of reveal the bigger picture, they're just more hesitant to kind of actually start to accept their own how deceived you've been, because it's hard to like realize and accept like, oh man, I've been lied to. It
On
hurts.
every
It's
level.
painful. It sucks. Like nobody likes to realize that they've been taken for granted.
Bamboozle and brain.
Bamboozled.
Bamboozle and what's the other one? Not brainwash, because that's what you need, a brainwash, but program.
Right. Yeah.
You need a brainwash. Stop telling me you've been brainwashed. You need it. But you've been programmed, yeah, definitely
Yeah.
bamboozled and taken for a fool. And bring it on. We can put it on thick, because it's very shocking, like you said, once you realize that, hey, this old world is based on a lie and
Yeah.
deception. And
Exactly right.
I see it. I don't know how many people see it. I know a lot of people see that stuff today because of the what we have, internet and stuff. We can get information pretty fast and
Mhm.
make sense of it. Yeah. If you have
But yeah, that's
confidence,
one of
you
these
haven't
things
felt
that, you know, that this whole like all is good, all is God. I like how PT says it's a fun way of reducing God or divinity to our own lowly standards. It's like, oh, it's okay what I'm doing. I can be anti-divine because everything is all one. You know, I can, you know, not actually take responsibility for myself because I'm part of I'm like in some way equal to God too, right? They have these different sayings like, oh, you're already enlightened. Everyone's already enlightened. It's just a process of this realization and all this kind of stuff. It's like, no. Everybody is actually at different levels, and it takes work to get to higher levels. And that work means
or you've been created in the image of God. Like, what the heck
right.
is this? Sorry, but I question this a lot. Because if you're created at the image of God, you wouldn't be bamboozled and a fool like you are.
Right.
And a minion of evil minion. Like, if you have been created in the image of God, okay, maybe physically, but your mental, your coherency to God is not there at all. So that's just to
Yeah.
make you feel good. I've been created at the image of God. Like, okay.
Right.
An image for me is like a mirror. So you should be a mirror of God. So what are you
Mhm.
doing? What
Yeah,
are you waiting for?
the consciousness is not matching to a divine consciousness, you know, like we have to actually, you know, to work on our evolution means that we're going to start to transform ourselves, start actually shedding that muggle mentality, you know,
Yeah.
and start putting like appropriate boundaries for ourselves, you know, like, no, I'm not going to trash my body anymore. I don't want to do that. You know, that's not gonna be supportive of this bigger impetus, this bigger intention and goal for myself is to evolve and be able to reach higher states of awareness, perception, a deeper connection with divine, because that's where we find real happiness, real bliss. We don't have to have like needs on our outside that are not met and like feel sad. No, like this actual connection with divine is like where we can all feel at home and we can all feel satisfied, satiated,
Yeah.
fulfilled, because it actually starts to awaken this like this sense of purpose and the sense of like I'm doing the right thing. The more that we work on actually working towards centering ourselves, establishing a harmonious relationship with nature, divine, expressing our gratitude, expressing our praise. These are the types of attitudes, mentalities, behaviors that are going to, that's what's going on in higher realms, you know? And so we have to start getting ourselves in that way and stop all of the complaining attitudes, stop having these bratty ways of being, and stop sabotaging ourselves by just going along with, oh, it's all good, it's all God, because you know it's well, you know, there's like PT says, there is a going away from divine, and that is the experiment that is going on here right now.
And most people pretend that they are good. They like to say that they are good people, but when you start looking in the mirror and start scrutinizing the inside, you might find some ugliness there. That's what has to be. That's what has to
Yes,
go out. Definitely is
exactly.
the ugliness inside. We're all beautiful, definitely, but the inside is very filthy sometimes, and
Mhm.
we just walk around pretending that everything is fine. All is good, all is God. That's a human human race, human population.
Yeah, exactly right.
Weird how the word population sounds like pollution.
Hmm.
Pollution, population, pollution. It's like close. No? Anyway,
Right.
and you were talking, Frank, about that pendulum. You know that you were talking
Yeah.
about hypnotization, and that's what people that hypnotize people.
Right.
I've seen that in movies. I don't know. I
Yeah.
never been
Totally. Uh-huh.
hypnotized myself. They wiggle something in front of your face.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The pendulum or something, but
Right.
that's what the old clock used to do too. And I just went to my mother
Mm.
and she gave me an old clock from my grandfather, and it has
Really?
that pendulum in it.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's
Wow.
how they hypnotize you with time, also with the time conception. And they
Yeah.
try to steal it from you. And so you're stuck in time and you never realize that 1 year, 1 day, 30 years, 300 years, 5,000 years, it's all the same. We're all in the now. I
Yeah.
don't see no difference with 1 day, 3 days, 30 years. Life goes fast like this. You're going to be dead in a blink of an eye. Why do you worry about things? Like, why do something today? You're alive today. Give
Yeah.
thanks, do something. But
Yeah.
most people are so stuck in time and anxiety in the past, the future, and that clock, that hypnotization timing thing is really working big on them. So it's all stuff you have to realize. That's what I'm saying. That time is often can buy time. You can buy time. Won't give me time.
Right.
You know, and time is our most precious asset here. You know, you people put a lot of value on time. A lot. You will put a lot more value on someone that go paint a school in the neighborhood and spend 30, 40 hours painting the school than if he just takes his money and give $5,000 to the school. Like
Hmm.
anybody can take their money if they have it and give it away. But the
Yeah.
time, you won't so much give it away that easily. And that's how
Yeah.
we have to reverse that stuff. Yeah.
And I'll just repeat this line because it just really like hits so hard one time before we move on to the next thing. But it says, PT says here, evil tries to pretend it doesn't exist, but we all know it exists. And in fact, this world is run by it.
Yeah.
Like that is, I mean, and I think that is something that everybody has some sense that something's not right, you know, but to the degree in which like we are oblivious to that reality, I mean, that, you know, some people are more aware of it and some people actually have a real close idea as to like what's going on. Some people are just in a total denial.
I think I'm frozen, eh?
Yes, it looks like it. Yeah.
Okay, I could try to come back maybe and see.
Yeah, you could try to stop your video and then start it
Yeah,
again.
just keep talking and I'll try to come back and defreeze it or something. Yeah, I have to log out completely and come back.
Yeah, it
But
sounds good.
keep going. I'll do
Shall we
that.
move to the next one?
Yeah, you can start reading the next one, maybe. Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah, because we're 38 minutes in, so
Yeah. We might as well.
we want to do the others. Yeah, you can jump right in. I'll be right back.
Right. All right. So we're going from Evil's Trump card to public memory. And this is a nice little short one here. Public memory. Just a while ago, the American public was terrified of Osama in the barracks. And now they're cheering Obama of the Barack variety. B can always be borrowed from bin Laden. Public seems to have much magical blinders on that they can't perceive the truth, even if it stares them right in the face. You know, this is an interesting comparison of those main characters that were being portrayed whenever a lot of the things were happening in the early 2000s. I think, you know, if you were around and, you know, old enough to really kind of be aware and conscious of what's going on at the time. I remember I was in 11th grade whenever I was in my science class, whenever we were noted, America is under attack. But the villain was who they were not actually being honest about at that time, you know. But anyways, and it's so weird that they teach that in school these days. But yeah, looks like you're back, eh?
Yeah. I'm back.
We back.
Not supposed to know. So
True,
have you done
I just went through public memory. So if you want to read that, and then we can speak on it.
OK. So, la mémoire collective, il y a peu encore, le public américain était terrifié par Oussama dans la caserne. Et maintenant, ils acclament Obama de la caserne. On peut toujours emprunter le B à Ben Laden. Le public semble avoir des oreilles magiques qu'il est incapable de percevoir la vérité, même si elle crève les yeux. Yeah, definitely. Look, the words are they're one of their weapons also to mess with our eyes. Exactly. They will mess with your eyes through words, spells, and all that nonsense. So definitely they play with words. And it's weird how the Barack of Osama sounds very much like Barack Obama. Like, yeah. Honestly, it's a very strange coincidence, I would say. But there's many also like this, and it's in your face, and they kind of have to disclose their plan, but you're just too blind to see it. But it's in plain sight. The truth is in plain sight. The truth is what it is. And if you look with scrutiny to their nonsense and what they throw at you to try to just control your brain and your action, you will realize that the words have a lot to do with messing with your eyes, and you will start to notice the patterns that reoccur with them. You know, they have a way to invert stuff, and if you don't read in between the lines, like it's like you have to be abilitated yourself to be abilitated to read in between the lines.
Yeah.
And if you can do that, it's going to be hard to mess with your eyes and get you mesmerized. So yes, definitely, Frank, there is something that they try to mess with your eyes, and you don't see it. Simple.
Yeah.
It's on you.
Yeah, I remember whenever this was going, and I was curious about, I was like, you know, Osama bin Laden and Barack Obama have such a similar ring to them. Like, one is the ace card of evil that is being portrayed. Oh, this is the one. This person who has the long beard and has the turban and everything, he's the one that we're after. And this cannot happen to America. They are terrorists. And which was so funny because this is the evil trump card thing. Evil's pretending like it doesn't exist. They're pointing the fingers everywhere else. The ones who are speaking that propaganda are the ones who are actually who we should see in the crosshairs. They should be, you know, on like, as terrible as it sounds, death row, you know, like they should not be like running things. They're,
death row.
That's it. And so it's funny. This is just another example, of like how they have, like, you know, they make it all into the world as their stage, you know, and they have it to where it's like they have characters and different names, and they have, it is this spell thing going on to where, like, they got the people with the spiral eyes who have been mesmerized, and you know, they're feeding them the scrap. They're filling their mental state with indigestive nonsense, and they're making everyone so bamboozled, so confused that, like, they can't tell what's up from down. They can't tell what's left from right, what's true from false, you know? And so that's part of their game. That's part of their tactic. And they have to employ those strategies to be able to have, like, a subdued mass of people that is, you know, basically the world, to be able to, and, you know, of course, whenever things don't work out the way then they bring out, their ammunition and they just mow people down or whatever.
Yeah.
But they also have to do that anyways, in accordance with their plan. They have to have sacrifice through wars and through different things. That's part of like the only way they can. There's a lot of things that I don't get, and there's a lot of bits that kind of like you can see some, parts of like their plan and stuff like that.
But it's not even what's going on really, and who is behind this whole evil nonsense is much darker than what we all can even think about. The stuff that they do to keep the energy in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
It's much darker than
it's all upside down. It's perverted. It is terrible. I mean, it's so much wrongness about it, It's it's really bad.
And that's it. But it's up to us, it's just a small amount of people also doing this. It's not the majority. So the majority of humans on earth, I would say they have a lovely heart. Like they want to do good. Now, are they good? That's the question.
Right.
The intention is there to do good, but you've been corrupt to do bad.
Yeah.
So, it's kind of that's where you have to save yourself. Save yourself from the perishing in hell and doing bad things and helping the devil to live bigger.
Yeah. It's a case of like the truth isn't that hard to understand, and you can explain it to people and they will get certain parts of it. But part of what has also happened is this Stockholm syndrome, where people have fallen in love with their with their kidnapper. We have been tortured and terrorized, but we've also been tricked into defending the system and the people who have taken advantage of us. We've been convinced to stand up for them, and that's so crazy.
And no one can argue this, because everyone's seen what happened a few years ago and how people were encouraging the madness and defending the system. You know what I'm talking about? This.
Yeah, exactly right. Mm-hmm.
That's it. So people were jumping to the barricade, man, to defend the system, that this dark injection was the save the humanity and stuff. And it's totally the opposite. Like, I think it's all inverted again. Definitely. My son asked me the other day, we were in the car, he said, Dad, he said, if you were to describe this world in one word, what would you say? I said, inverted. Simple. Inverted. So once you look at it and from the proper perspective, you're gonna have the same perception that everything's inverted. But look, I can see it for you. I can give you my eyes, my awareness, this is your own work here. And that's the school earth that you're on. You're not here to watch TV, pay bills, and die.
Right.
You're here to save yourself, save your soul. Maybe from coming back here, but I would come back anytime. Anyway, I love the earth. I love the people of the earth. Love my people. I would do it all over again in the same shape, same suit. But that's the thing. You don't know what suit you're going to have next if you come back.
True. There's so many unknowns. So best to just take the actions and we have to act unattached, or we have to act without expectation. But best to just do what you know to be right, and actually what you can observe works practically and functionally. That's why what PT teaches is it's just so simple and so practical. It's like it's not hard to tell like this is the right thing to do. Once you actually start to put it into practice, you're like, okay, I'm eating better, I feel better, I'm connected with nature. That actually is like such a place of solace that I can actually, realize that maybe all these different stresses that I have in the world aren't as real as how I've internalized them to be. Let's actually focus on what is real, and that can actually open your heart so much, and start to I don't know, just make you be present.
And the menace scene, I always say the menace scene is deep within the silence. And that's when you go to nature. Usually you don't have a concert playing there and stuff, and
Right.
you hear the birds and the crickets and
The sound of the water.
yeah, the sound of water and stuff. But to me, this is silence. This is normal sound. But
Yeah.
we have to silence the chat in there. There's
Mhm.
too much chatting going around in there, and that's where our mind goes. So we're stuck in the ego and the want to know and stuff instead of just taking a moment off, going to sit below a tree, under a tree, and just hear the sound of silence. And maybe you're gonna be able to hear yourself, hear your own thoughts, and maybe you don't think to. Maybe we're all addicted to thinking. I think that's more what's happening, but to like negative thinking often. Like, why don't we become addicted to positive thinking? That's good.
Right.
Okay, Frank, we're gonna do the other one. The
Yes.
beauty, no? The
Beauty's
beast.
attempt.
Yeah.
The beast attempt of beauty. Yes. All right. Another home run hitter here.
Oh yeah, that's a home run, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The beast's attempt.
Oh,
at-
Frank, I not that I'm into distraction so much, no, but
Mhm.
yesterday was the Olympic game, Canada USA.
Oh, okay.
USA,
Hey,
USA
yeah.
took the gold.
Uh-huh. Wait, are you talking about
The
hockey?
hockey game. Yeah. The hockey game.
Okay.
The hockey game. Yeah, I watched it because that's the final, and I kind of love hockey. Definitely, I think it's a great sport. Maybe one of the greatest sport ever made by man. But yeah, definitely. So I want to congratulate you for the gold.
Oh yeah.
We lost it.
Oh no! Gratitude
But
for
anyway.
letting me know. I didn't even realize.
That was just a little thing I wanted to.
I've seen some of the snowboarding happen. I guess there was somebody who set a world record. 17-year-old pulled a new number of spins that he could throw off a jump that has never been done
It's
before.
crazy. Sometimes what they do.
I mean, that stuff is wild.
It's wild, but they put their body through a lot of torture getting there. Also,
Oh yeah, I don't condone it. I mean, but it is
No.
like a strange feat of acrobats. You know, like
yeah.
when you see how far they fling themselves in the air, like
Great.
and how
even
they can
the ones that go with the ski and the jump,
the long jump.
the long jump with the
Like, how does that even? I didn't realize, but you know, it made me think about this. There's actually been people who have done skydiving and their parachute didn't open up and they survived the fall. Isn't that crazy? I was like, it makes me think of that because they actually fly. Like, it seems like you're jumping out of a plane. They fly so far, it seems, you know?
yeah, but they have those suits also now that
those wingsuits. Yeah.
Those wing, like, I find that cool. I don't know if I would try it, but
right. But at the same time, that I haven't confirmed that is actually true. But somebody was telling me that I mean, that's crazy to do a skydive, your parachute not open, and then you survive the fall.
oh, shit.
What is that? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah.
So okay, so our beast, the beauty beast, attempt at beauty, the beast.
We'll end with this: the beast's attempt at beauty. There's no movement possible towards divine without a sincere admittance of ugliness and sickness which pervades the world. Pretension, not oil, is the only fuel which is keeping this world going as it is, because all is beautiful and all is lovely and all is great. It's a mutual admiration society, which is very very keen to prove to the divine that they are doing quite fine without it. Only the original divinity has real beauty, and any deliberate movement against it causes ugliness. There's no way out of it. Plastic surgery just makes matters worse. After eons of unhumbleness, the beastliness can no longer be hidden. It is bursting out at the seams. But the pretension of today has rewritten the already twisted fairy tale. A beast is now officially a beauty. Don't want to drop more names because because the count will run into the millions. So it's quite simple. Either one pursues beauty, or one ends up pursuing the beast. If one tries to pursue both, one ends up breaking like an outstretched rubber band. That's awesome.
La tentative de la bête d'atteindre la beauté. Aucun mouvement n'est possible vers le divin sans une sincère reconnaissance de la laideur et de la maladie qui imprègne ce monde. La prétention, et non le pétrole, est le seul carburant qui maintient ce monde tel qu'il est, car tout est beau et tout est charmant et tout est grand. C'est une société d'admiration mutuelle qui tient absolument à prouver au divin qu'il se porte très bien sans cela. Seule la divinité originelle possède la vraie beauté et tout mouvement délibéré. Comme elle engendre la laideur, il n'y a pas d'issue. La chirurgie esthétique ne fait qu'empirer les choses. Après des eons, des eons, I don't know if we say that in French, éons. Après des éons d'insouciance. Sounds weird, éons.
Yeah, that's how it.
Moi j'aurais dit peut-être après des périodes longues d'insouciance. Mais non, éons, OK. Après des éons d'insouciance, c'est Google qui a translaté ça aussi. Sounds weird sometimes. So, la bestialité ne peut plus être cachée, elle déborde de partout, mais la prétention d'aujourd'hui a réécrit le conte de fées déjà tordu. Une bête est maintenant officiellement une beauté. Yeah. Je ne veux pas dire plus, on les appelle ainsi, car il y aura des millions. Donc, c'est assez simple. Soit on recherche la beauté, soit on finit par rechercher la bête. Si on essaie de rechercher les deux, on finit par se briser comme un élastique tendu. It's really what's happening. Me, the beauty, always said everyone's beautiful, but sometimes the inside is very ugly. So definitely if you, and I like that he used the word beast because we all heard about the mark of the beast. Mark of the beast, 666 and all that stuff, and it refers to you, like you are the beast. And you don't see it. So that 666 has to do with the carbon and something. It's your anatomy, apparently. Your biology is linked to 666. But again, they have inverted it and put it on every product, everything that goes around as the 666. And those logos have the CERN, the WEF, like you see the 666 everywhere, and those like all the signs and symbols that go in this world around with the mark of the beast is crazy. No? So yeah, they want to turn you into a beast. I say there's a good side to being a beast if you go beast mode at your dreams and your goals. If you go beast mode at this, I said it to Danielle in Jamaica one day. I said, bro, we're going to go beast mode at those dub plate stuff. It's beast mode time. But a good beast. You can be a good beast also. There is animals in this earth that looks like beasts but are very gentle, very lovey. So it's not because you're a beast that you have no love in your heart. You've just been probably transformed into that beast, human beast. But I think there is a beauty inherent to each and every one of us, and the beauty starts to show. The real beauty once you start moving away from that beast mode inside you and move towards divine and everything that is the beauty associated with that. Like, it comes from within, the beauty. I can see, that's why sometimes you see someone and they look a bit weird on the outside. You would say they're ugly or stuff. But once they open their mouth and start letting out what's inside, you will find them very beautiful. And that's why everyone is beautiful, I think. So, Frank, on you.
Yes. Beast attempt at beauty. I love how PT starts this out. No movement towards divine is possible without being like, you know what? I have to admit, I was a beast. I was terrible. I had so much ugliness in my life. And that ugliness is what we're trying to transform into something that is closer to divine, because the more that we move toward a higher existence, nature, the proper types of attitudes, behaviors, actions, this is a beautifying. These are beautifying actions, because what's uglier than somebody who is just so unconscious that they would just trash their mother, the earth, who would just be so disrespectful? That is sincere ugliness, that disrespect, and we have to admit and acknowledge, observe, have some self-reflection on how we all, myself included, have been like that in the past. And even little bits as we go through our lives, we're trying not to get sucked into some thing where we're being deluded into maybe being disrespectful without realizing it, because this, in the end, like I was listening to a talk that PT has on the internet, and he said this cool thing. And he was like, we are all like, you are not getting away from this body. You are bound to it in this life. So you have to take care of it. That's the first thing that you have to actually like step into, taking care of this body, having a good posture, feeding it the right things, speaking the right things with it. There's no getting away from that. And like they say, like PT says here, this whole thing, like plastic surgeries and trying to kind of like decorate it in a way in which, no, you have to make the inside beautiful first, and you have to align with divine, you have to align with nature, you have to align with the elements. And then that radiance can start to shine. It's either like another thing that PT talks about, it's either inside out or it's outside in, and inside out is always going to be more powerful than doing the outside in way,
That's why it's as within, so without. It's not
exactly
as without, so within.
Our reality around us is going to reflect our internal coherence, and then just right after that saying, you can't move towards divine without admitting the ugliness and sickness that pervades this world and our own self, because we have willingly given into that, at different times in our lives. And he says, pretension is the fuel. So, being in denial, pretending that something is that is not, is the fuel that keeps this world going. Because it's all like we were just looking at in the Trump call, and evil's Trump card, right? The all is good, all is God, and this whole all is lovely, all is beautiful, all is great. It's a mutual admiration society that's trying to say we're fine, we don't need to align. We can figure out a way. If I don't look good, then I can just get somebody to slit my face with a knife, and I can stick some type of something in it, and then it's going to make it look like some standard of beauty that they have put out there. When what is that? What is that? That is that is it's not going to. It's like building a house of cards. You have to have a real foundation and build your life off of like things that are going to be lasting through time, and not something that's going to be only temporary and just fall apart, because nobody wants to, like climb a mountain that is built as a stack of cards, like we want to actually have something solid under us so that we're not going to at any moment just like crash and crumble, because all of that falseness, it has a time limit, ignorance has a cost, and that bill is going to come, and so when you realize like you don't want to be all of a sudden
people are worrying about paying bills, but you get a higher bill that's going to come to you eventually if you stay ignorant.
Yes,
exactly. You're really going to pay the cost.
Yeah. And nobody likes to have to realize that. And that's the pain that comes from realizing.
Like you said, you're stuck in that body. You're stuck in that body. So
Yeah.
When disease come, you're gonna be in the now. It's not a distant future,
You're gonna be
past.
experiencing it.
It's gonna be in the now, and you're gonna deal with it.
Exactly, right?
And your body will have to deal with it, and it's not because you get older that you won't have to deal. No, it's gonna be even worse because often once you get older, loneliness sets in and everything, and because you feel more detached because the world is very hostile towards older people.
Yeah.
They're not. We don't live in a society where we venerate the elders. Like,
Right.
so we put them in homes and feed them scrap all day long. That's what we do with elders in our society.
Just like we do with the sick in the hospitals, we feed them scrap.
Yeah,
and like the kids and all the
kids in school, everything.
you know, it's
scrap,
crazy.
Scrap.
Like, how can that be the case? How can a place be there to like help you heal and rejuvenate and regenerate if you haven't had an injury or something like that, and then they're just poisoning you?
Look, I seen something the other day pretty freaking disturbing, but I know that's the world we live in. We reward the wicked and stuff. A kid was selling candy in school and made $30,000. You know, he went on the TV show and stuff because he was selling candy in school. Like, really? Like sweets? Like, they don't need this. That's freaking evil. They don't need more sweets, the kid. They need less.
Yeah.
And less sugar in their blood.
All the teachers, for the most part, have an ammunition bag of like poison candy to just give the kids. You know what I mean? And it's like, you want the kids to behave. And, like, yeah, exactly. Yeah, whatever. They're Jolly Ranchers, they're Snickers bars, and all of these things that are just, you know, when the fact is, like, we don't have to do that. We can have sweets. We can have things that are nice to enjoy, but it can also be something that's natural. It can be something that's made with like dates or like there's natural things that are, and it can even be like a nice chocolate or something like that. But it doesn't have to be like this crazy.
You know, I love middle dates. When I want something sweet, I eat middle dates.
Dates are great. Love it.
I love dates. I freaking love dates. Let's not talk about dates. I freaking love it. So there is sweets in nature. That's what I'm saying. And man, those dates are sad.
Yeah.
And once you start tasting stuff in nature,
it changes your palate.
Yeah, exactly. You will not taste the food the same, and you will want more of the good stuff. That's why the more bad stuff and junk you eat, the more you're gonna want, because it affects your brain, and they put something in the food to make you addicted. So you eat your freaking bag of Doritos every day. You know, a lot of people are. I heard something the other day, again, pretty disturbing. A kid that eats chip only. One of my cousin, I don't know, one of her kid or something is on chips. He doesn't eat.
He's on chips. I love that.
And the parents are okay with that. I'm like, you're not freaking serious.
That's a road to disaster. Like, right? Like, he's gonna get
eat chips only. If he doesn't like, often he will not like what's on the table. He will just move away and go eat chips.
Yeah, that's not going to be good.
Many, he's not.
I love
like that.
There's a quote that PT said. He said, "People who are drinking a Coca-Cola are not thinking about their old age." And it's the same thing. You're just in denial that, like, this is you said this is okay. I can just, eat this junk. And you actually have to realize there is like things that the body requires, nutrition. And there's a way to get that, and it's not going to be found in just chips.
And often they think that, they will fix me if I have a heart attack. They'll open me up, clear the
right.
Unplug the artery, and I'll be fine. Like, often that's the thinking, but little do you know, that's what they want to get you in the hospital, to now fill you with more garbage. So if you're not aware, if you're not you will eat up all their garbage, their food, their medicine, everything that is filled with nonsense, and you will just ingest it and not question your intake. And man, that's what happened for most. So it's sad to see, but I mean, it's up
But we
to
have
you.
to, in the end, yeah, it's up to us. We have to come to this decision, just like the way that PT ends this Plog. He says, it's quite simple. There's two ways we can go, right? Either pursue beauty or you can pursue the beast, you know, and you can't, if you do both, you're going to get stretched and snap like a rubber band, you know? So let's go beast mode. Let's go all in on, you know, trying to evolve, because that's actually like, we're going to be in a place where the blessings are just coming, and you don't even, you know, you can't even have imagined like how good it can be, you know.
Yeah, beast mode on evolution instead of beast mode on devolution, because they want you to be a beast, but devolving. Let's be a beast and evolve.
Yeah.
Let's see how things change fast on this plane. Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Boom. Large up, Frank. That is it for today.
Yes.
You want to add something else before?
Well, I'm just grateful once again to, you know, put my attention and my consciousness on these things. Like this is such like great content to just like, you know, read and just kind of process and be like, wow, because it's just there's such beautiful observations of like what's going on in the world, and then how we can move in a positive direction. So,
and we need more podcasts like this, people that are not afraid of exposing who they are and the truth, and because my voice will only reach certain people, I'm not gonna reach the whole world. I know it, and I'm trying to change my world, not the world. That's it. But if we all change our world, we will change the world. But it's on you, it's on me, it's on us. We can't wait. We have wasted enough time as humanity. We're in the time of where it's going exponential now with internet, and you know, you can snap out of this nonsense like this in a fraction of a second. You can be enlightened. Enlightenment, it's already within you. You just switch off the light. But it's there, the enlightenment. You are an enlightened being. But the devil wants to cover your enlightenment, bring you in the dark. But enlightenment has to do with God and light. So walk towards God and the light, and you will feel this enlightenment. But you cannot feel it if you're stuck in the dark. Like, move out the dark. Enough the dark age.
You need that light to see.
Yeah, you need light to see anyway. You cannot see without light. That's a fact. No one will argue this. Exactly. So you want to see, you need the light. Great point, Frank. Boom. We're out.
Peace.
Much love, everyone. Everyone, millions of you watching.
Observing.
Much love to all of you. Us, we are logging out. See ya. Boom.
Bless up.
End stream. It's a wrap.